Welcome back to Barb's Crochet Den. Okay, so today I'm going to show you what I've done. Yeah. uh, I did one row on my green screen blanket, and it was a double crochet row, so not much to show there. Haven't done my my graph blanket at all, because I, as per usual, got really into making this project and getting it done. So this project is the block blanket, block stitch, and so I've been pretty much just doing this blanket, and this is what I have. This is how long it is. So this was supposed to fit a full size, so of course it fits a California King end to end. Of course. Each one of these sections is 16 rows, 8 blocks, and 1 skein of yarn. So 1 skein of white, 1 skein of frosty green. This yellow is actually my Hobie yarn, and it's called Banana. This one is actually Red Heart Evergreen, is what it's called. So far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Working on the 9th skein of yarn on this one. Now I say skeins, but like on my white, this is what I have left of those 2 skeins of yarn. This is what I have left on the frosty green, and it wasn't that much on 2 skeins, so I just put it in one ball. Now, I do have, the plan is to have 3 of each section of color. So, from the dark green to the white, 3 of those. And then I'm going to end it on a dark green. So the dark green is actually going to have 4 sections, so I can begin and end it on the dark green, because I don't want to end it on the white. Just you. Because this is the top of the blanket, going to be up against you, and it's white. So it's going to show a lot of dirt and muck, as it gets well loved and used. And it's for somebody else. So it's not like it's going to be in my house. We're not using it. But where was it? This one? This green right here. Halfway through this one is actually the halfway point of the blanket. So I am over halfway done with it. And I have 4 sections left. I have 1 of each color and then 2 greens. So with this green, I have 5 sections left to do. And then I can give it away to its person. But that's what I've been working on. And believe me, it has been interesting, because I've had my cats come up and lay on it. And apparently it's cat approved. And I do wash these before I send them out. Or before I give them away, I do wash them. And I wash them with Olive Free and Clear. And the reason I do that is because I don't know what allergies people have. And I am actually allergic to a lot of laundry soap, especially Gain. I can't use Gain. I'm highly allergic to it. So knowing that, I tend to just wash it in all free and clear on gentle, delicates, cold water. And then when I dry it, I'll either hang it on normally I just hang it on the railing to dry. Was that 3? Probably. Oh, sorry, I keep saying So I'll hang it on the railing to dry. And if it needs any more, I might set it on the bed for a couple hours, flat out, and then flip it over if it needs any other It's just because, you know, it's a blanket and it's so big. This one actually, as with every blanket I make, it actually came out a lot bigger than I thought it was going to. Then again, when I did measure originally, I was using it was a smaller size hook I was using. This one is actually a 6.5 millimeter. I think originally I was using a 5.5 or a 6. And it was a different pattern. It was the waves with the flowers, the daisies. I was going to do that one, but I got frustrated with it because it would say to do a certain thing. And then at the end of the row, it'd be like, okay, now on both ends, you should have 2 together or whatever it was. However, at the beginning of the row, it never said put 2 together. So I would get all the way to the end of the row and have to frog the whole row, do it over. And that happened so many times right off the bat that I was like, no, we're not going to do an entire full-size blanket with these directions. And it could have been I wasn't paying the best of attention. Plus, I had added 3 stitches on either side so I could have a solid edge. I like having solid edges on mine. That way, you know, there's no holes on the edges. It's just a me thing. So I think that's part of where the confusion came in on that one. But I decided not to do that. And even though the colors were supposed to be, the white was supposed to be the daisy flowers, and the blanket had only white, but I wanted to add like every other row white and then yellow in between for like almost like daisies and dandelions type of a thing. And these colors still give me daisy dandelion vibes, but now that it's block stitch, it kind of gives me like a picnic basket type of idea or something like that, because it's blocks, you know. Now, having said that, this blanket is, I mean, it's interesting because this is, okay, it's going to be kind of weird. But most of my blankets, when I have stripes or sections, I alter the width of the stripes. So the very first blanket I made for my husband when we first got together, I crocheted it. It was single crochet. It's across 3 cushions of the couch. Like it fits the whole couch. You could lay in it, curl up in it. You can wrap it around yourself. This thing is huge, right? It's red, white, and black. And I alternated the stripes. So it would be 2, 3, and 4. So 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows of each color. Once you got to the 4, then it went back to 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. And it would go like that. So it ended up being that each color was different. The stripes were different sizes. So like when it's 4 rows, the 4-row ones aren't all black. They alternate. So I do that with pretty much every blanket. I alternate the stripes so that the stripes are different sizes. Now, on my Alpine Stitch blanket in shades of purple, the colors were the same. The stripe was the same throughout. So like I had like 6 of the Alpine Stitches were the darkest purple, and then the next darkest was 5, and then the next one was 4, and then 3, and then 2. So, but the color that had the 2 rows of the Alpine Stitch, that one always had 2 rows of that color. The row that had the 6 rows of that the Alpine Stitch in one color with the 6 rows, that one was always the darkest colors. So same colors, same stripe colors on that one. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly or not, but I think I have a video somewhere where I have that blanket in it, and you can see that each color is a different width, but the colors, like the lightest purple is always the same width. It doesn't alternate, that one. So that's normally how I do it. I just alternate the width of the stripes. So this blanket is, it's kind of weird because I have all the stripes the same width. So if you actually look at it, every stripe has 8 of these boxes on it. And it's 16 rows. Which, I mean, it's just, I feel kind of weird about it because I don't normally make my stripes the same width. I never have. I just never have. This is the first blanket I'm doing that with. And I like it. But I'm like, I should have changed it so they're not all the same. But I did it because I've never made a blanket where all the stripes are exactly the same width. It was just, something new to do. And I'm getting, I don't know, what is it, spring-ish, flowery picnic vibes from this blanket. And I'm kind of glad I did change it to the block stitch because the person I'm making it for wants this for when the weather gets colder. So it'll be a little warmer on their bed. She wants it to go on the bed. She wants a blanket big enough for her bed. So she wants it for the winter when it starts getting colder. And yet there are holes in this blanket, but oh my goodness, this blanket is actually really warm. It really is. This thing is nice and warm. It was raining yesterday and a little bit cooler this morning. And I've had it on my lap, and this thing is good. It's really good. So I'm glad I'm using this stitch. And oh, this thing is heavy. I do have it folded right now. So trying to go straight across is a little hard, but it's easier for me if it's kind of folded and like not all over the place. I like to keep it kind of organized, arranged, not so chaotic all over the place. Just, I don't want to feel like I'm swimming in the blanket, especially since I have 5 more sections to go. And, each section is only 16 rows, but it does take me about half an hour to an hour per row, or per 2 rows, for 2 rows. So my hands are getting kind of tired because the last couple of days, this is like all I've been doing, because there was a few days there I did not get much done, if anything, and I want to get this done soon. And the person I'm making it for, in 2 weeks, they're going on vacation. So I definitely want to have it for when they get back at the latest. And I am pushing myself to get it done. So I'm over the halfway mark. So I'm at the point where I'm like, yeah, it's all downhill from here. Does anyone else feel that way? You're starting a project and like this, and you get to not quite the halfway mark, but right before you get to the halfway mark, you're like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever and ever. And then as soon as you realize you've gotten to the halfway mark, it's like, it's all downhill from here. Let's go. Let's crank it out. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I know here after like another stripe or two, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. I know that's how it's going to be, but yeah. That, and I've been thinking, I have the rest of that yarn for another Hocus Pocus blanket. I'm thinking, I wanted to do a star blanket with that. So I'm kind of wanting to get my hands on that again and make a star blanket with the Hocus Pocus yarn. But I'm like, I need to get this done so I can get my moose blanket done, cranked out. I don't know that I'm going to get that one done as fast as this. Probably not, because it is a graph. But I have just zoned in and focused on this blanket, period. And I tend to do that. I tend to just zone in on one project and just go with it, you know. And I think it's because I can do this one pretty fast now. I can, you know, make good progress on it. So I think that's why I'm also focusing on it. Is because I can make some decent progress on it in a short amount of time, or I feel it's a short amount of time, even though it's really not. And oh my goodness, the ends of this one. There we go. It's really not that short of a time, but to me it kind of feels that way. But the thing is I'll start a project like this, and yeah, I'll just get to where I'm like, I want to crank it out and get it done, you know? Feel like, oh yeah, I've been doing it, you know, I've been making this one for a while now. I don't remember if it's got to have been at least 2 weeks now that I've been making this one. And I kind of feel like, okay, I do want to be done with it. I do. But I want to make sure that it meets, you know, my requirements and actually what was requested. And the person who requested it, I never actually said I'd make it, but let's face it. She asked for a blanket that could go on a full-size bed because I had made a lap blanket for her. And her husband were arguing over it because they both wanted it. And she asked me to make one to go on her bed, her full-size bed. And I said nothing. I just started making it. So, and I know she likes greens. So I know she'll at least like the dark green color. Because I haven't shown her the colors and I haven't shown her the pattern, which she said she'd leave it up to me. And I'm definitely second guessing it because the lap blanket I made had the virus stitch. It was called Victoria's German Shells. So that's the one I made for the lap blanket. It looks really fancy to me. This one, by comparison, does not look as fancy. This one's more practical, you know, to keep warm in the winter type of thing. So I'm worried that she won't like it and she won't like the colors. But if she doesn't, it's okay. That doesn't mean I'm going to make another one. Nope. Not doing it. Okay, I will make more blankets. And if she did ask me, okay, you know what? I probably would. And this one would probably end up on my bed. Because it would fit. But I'm just a little nervous. I'm hoping she actually likes it. And it does. I mean, it'll keep them warm. Which is what was asked for. So my requirements are it has to fit a full-size bed. It had to be warm. I don't necessarily like blankets with holes in them. But this one, I mean, yeah, it's got the holes, but this one's actually quite warm. And I never really thought of it like that, like a blanket with holes could still be warm, you know, crochet-wise. I just always thought, you know, I don't want to get my fingers and toes caught in there. And it all started with my daughter making her baby blanket. And I made it. It had a granny squares teeny hook. Oh my gosh, I thought I used a big hook for it. No, I used a very tiny hook for it. And her fingers and her toes were getting caught in it because it was a granny square stitch. And ever since then, I don't particularly like blankets with holes. However, I have come to start liking it, especially when I was making the star blankets and the shells blanket. Especially making those. Those were on my lap when I'm making them, and oh my goodness, they were keeping me pretty warm, which actually surprised me. So I've had to rethink the whole no holes blankets. And you know what? It's all right. So anyway, this one will definitely keep them warm, and it meets the requirements of being big enough for full size, or at least lengthwise. It will here after I make these 5 sections. Although I was looking at it, and I think if I make these last 5 sections, it might be a little long for that. But I'd rather have it a little bit long so it can cover the feet than be short and your toes are sticking out. So, no toes sticking out unless people want them to. You want your toes covered, they can be covered. So that's how I'm doing this one. And then after this one, yeah, my moose one, hopefully I can actually focus and get it done and not get distracted by other things, because I actually am getting distracted by these other blankets. Like procrastinating, because that one, oh my gosh. I have started it and I've gotten like 20 something rows in, and I am going, what was I thinking? Why did I even think to do this? And I remember who it's for and why, and I'm like, okay, I got to get this crinked out so I can just sit here and do that one. And you know, the person it's for, well, I don't even think they're going to realize what it is until it's all said and done and given to them. So I think I can probably just sit here and do it. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. I sit here and I crochet. We watch TV, things like that. I have sat here and crocheted stuff for my kids. Blankets for my kids that have taken me forever. They will watch me crochet it. They have seen me crochet it. They know the colors, everything, right? And then I'll put it away for a bit. And when I give it to them, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that was for me. So yeah, there's that. So it's kind of cool, you know, I can do that. But if it's a wall hanging for them, I don't want them to see it, because that's a little more distinctive on what it is. So yeah, I haven't done a wall hanging in quite a while. I need to get back to that. The wall hangings, though, I was making those to get rid of my scraps. Thing is, it wasn't getting rid of my scraps fast enough. But I have made some amazing wall hangings, and I have more that I'm going to make. So I just gotta get through one project at a time, you know, and get them done. I had actually planned to have like 80 wall hangings done by now, but I started making some more blankets because blankets use up more yarn than wall hangings do. So in between blankets, I'll do more wall hangings. You know, I will. Plus, I don't think I have enough room in my house to hang up all my wall hangings. I don't think I do. You know, I can make a wall of wall hangings. That would be weird, but kind of cool, I guess. And I still have, 2 wall hangings I have to weave the ends in on. So, yeah, I need to get that done. But I've been so focused on this blanket and getting it done that I haven't really been doing anything else. So, yeah, okay. I haven't been doing anything else except going to work. And it's like today I have to be at work in an hour and a half. So today I've gotten, what is this? 2, 3, 4 rows. I'm on the 5th row, getting the 5th row done on this blanket. And I have work in an hour and a half. So in an hour, I have to start getting ready for work, is what I have to do. But I'm trying to get at least 3 blocks done a day. So that's 6 rows done a day. Trying to get at least 6 rows done a day. Now, over the next 2 days, I have those days off. So I'll be able to accomplish quite a bit on this blanket. Although I do have other stuff to do, house-wise and cleaning-wise. So, there's that. But, oy, my hook got stuck. But my hours have changed at work. And they seem to be pretty solid now. So, I can plan accordingly now. Which I am ecstatic about because I don't have the weird hours. I don't like the weird hours. I like stable, set, steady hours. That's just what I like. Reliable, set hours. So that's what I seem to have right now. So I can plan accordingly for doctor appointments, crocheting, cleaning. So that makes me really happy. And since I only have an hour, I'm probably going to go find me some food and get ready for work. Oh. Nope, that's 5. Okay. So I'm probably going to go do that. I gotta, I'm going to finish this row. So where I'm at, just a second. Okay. So I have this much left on this row. And then I'm probably going to go grab something to eat and pretty much get set to go to work. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But, I thought I'd just pop on here and show you how much I've gotten done on this because actually, I don't know, what has it been, 8 days since my last video. I've actually gotten quite a bit of this done. I think my last video, I was on the 3rd or 4th color from at the beginning of this. So I've actually done quite a bit since then. Gotten quite a bit done. But like I said, I've been pretty zoned in on it, trying to get it done. So there's that. So anyway, I'm going to finish up this row. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to go eat, get ready for work. And then hopefully the next time I post, I will be done with this and hopefully be a good chunk into my moose blanket because that's the one I really am going to finish and I'm going to enjoy that when it's done. Oh my gosh, it's going to look so great. And then I can use the rest of the yarn on that one for my Study of Reality blanket because the colors together just, I think, would go really good with that. Study of Reality, I was looking for like the browns from Sherlock Holmes for that blanket. And when Joann's closed, I found these colors and they were just perfect. So I'm hoping that I have enough for both blankets. I really am. I probably went overboard buying the browns, but since I don't know how this moose blanket's going to go, we shall see. We shall see. I'm hoping this blanket will fit. If this moose blanket does not fit California king size bed, I will be devastated because I really was. That's the one blanket I was making for a California king size bed. Crazy, right? I hope it works. I really do. Okay, so with that, I will tell you guys goodbye. I'm going to leave the video here. And if you enjoy my videos, like and subscribe. If you don't, that's all right. And let me know what's on your hook and what you're doing and what crochet adventures you've had. Other than that, well, you know what? Till next time, You guys have a nice day.